friends, this is Tina here from Meaningful Explorations, and today I'm going to show you how I make breakfast for our large family. This is our favorite make-ahead breakfast meal. It's baked apple cinnamon oatmeal. Already preheated my oven. I have a convection oven in the bottom, and it's heated to 350. That's what we use. I don't think it matters if it's convection or not, but that's just what we liked to use. Got used to using one in Germany, and then it was nice here in Canada to find something that worked. So I just get in there and just grease this first. I just use my hands. I know you can use a brush, but I mean, it's just for us. So it's Sunday afternoon, and Mondays are usually a little rough for us. It's, you know, a large family. Mondays, my son has college, everything's online. We're all a little groggy after just taking it easy on the weekend. So it's nice to have breakfast ready in the morning, and so I'm just gonna prepare this today, and I thought I'd show you what we do. I originally found a recipe online that I thought might work, and then I made it gluten-free and dairy-free as well. So this is lard. Like I said in some of my other videos, that some of us can't do dairy. Now, while I can't really do dairy, I can usually do butter, but I have a child who can't do any butter. So that's why we're using lard. And so that's done. I'm just going to wash my hands. Grab the apples here. I'm going to do those next. Yeah, so I like to try new recipes every once in a while, and you know, this is just a change up from the regular, you know, regular pot of oatmeal or whatever. And when you're doing breakfast for a lot of people, it usually takes a bit of work, and I should probably use a peeler for this, but these apples are starting to be on the other side of, like, they're getting a little bit. I just buy the cheap apples anyway. I'm hoping that we can grow quite a few. I know there are quite a few apple trees on the property. We came past its prime, so we don't exactly know what we've got here. So what I'm doing here is just cutting up some apples, and I'll do that first because that's the only thing that you really have to prepare. Everything else is just done. And so yeah, like I was saying, I found a recipe online for some oatmeal. I think actually I didn't really find it, it found me. A friend of mine posted a recipe on Facebook, and I thought, oh, that looks pretty good. But then I saw there was ingredients in there that we can't use, and it was for like a small family, or you know, if you wanted to have maybe lunches for a week and you're, you know, family of 4 or something like that. It was like an 8x8 pan, and so I've tried the recipe a few times and scaled it up to what works for our family. And then, like I said, modified it to be gluten-free, dairy-free, and allergen-free for our family now. That includes, I think the original recipe called for coconut oil, and I have a couple kids who can't do coconut oil at all. Even though it's like autoimmune protocol, you know, that kind of thing, and we've tried the autoimmune protocol, but the protocol, I can't even speak today. But my daughter can't do, I think one of my sons can't do coconut as well. And so I just, if it's for some of us, then I might use coconut oil if it's a treat for myself. But for the kids. Somebody specially asked for something that had coconut oil in it and it doesn't work with something else, but generally we just trade it out for things like lard. In this case I'm using avocado oil because, I mean, you could probably use other types of oil. I just find that one doesn't alter the taste. I find olive oil sometimes in baked recipes can make it taste a little funny. And so we don't do that. We just do either lard or avocado oil, and we'll try them depending on the recipe a couple times and then find the fat that works for us if it needs the fat. And I've got, so this recipe called, I think for a cup, originally a cup of apples. And because I supersized it, I guess you call it, I used 3 medium-sized apples. You could probably get away with 2 large apples. It probably would taste better if you used, like, I'm not saying better, but you probably could easily use green apples. A lot of times for baked goods, green apples are nice. I don't even think you'd have to peel these, honestly. Whoops, klutz. I don't think you would even have to peel them. So I'm just gonna finish this up here and then I'll show you the rest. So I've got my apples cut up now, and now I'm just gonna this goes really quick. Once the apples are done, it's a quick throw together type sort of thing. This recipe calls for 6 cups. Hopefully I can remember how many I'm doing here. I usually have a kid counting for me. So that's 3, 4, oops, 5, and I'm gonna have to open a new bag. I thought that might happen. So I think I mentioned in my pantry tour video that this is the oats that we get in small bags, and then we have the big ones as well. Nobody seems to react to them. And for a long time, being gluten-free, I didn't even do oats. We were completely grain-free. No rice, no oats, and some of the kids still can't do rice. Some of them still can't do corn. So some of us have healed our guts enough to be able to eat oats at least. I think all of us can eat oats again. I think, can you eat oats? Yeah, we all can eat oats. So there, that's 6. Now the original recipe called for, I think, a cup of oats to 2 cups of, or no, walnuts, sorry. Well, a cup of walnuts, but 3 cups of walnuts is a bit decadent since they're so expensive. And they're kind of a treat, and I use them for baking and stuff, so I just put in 1 cup. That is fine. I mean, if you want to put in more, you can. And our mega jar of cinnamon here. I always buy cinnamon in bulk, and this is also 6. Am I doing this right? Yeah, 3, 4, 6 teaspoons, not tablespoons. Although I wouldn't mind. I like cinnamon. So yeah, 6 teaspoons of this, and then I do a teaspoon of ginger. I think it was a teaspoon. Just double checking my recipe here because I haven't memorized it yet. I'm not the only one who cooks either, so sometimes my daughter makes it. A teaspoon of salt. I like the Himalayan salt. It says sea salt on here, but you know. Whatever, we mix it up sometimes. So then we just mix up the dry ingredients. This is super, super simple, and if you're looking, like, you probably could make this in 3 8x8 pans and then freeze, freeze them up if your family's smaller than ours. I was thinking that would be fantastic if we didn't eat the whole thing. Actually, we don't eat quite the whole thing. We have a little bit left over, and then that just gets packed away for either Dad to take for breakfast the next day or somebody to have for a snack. Next, we're gonna do the apples. Yeah, it's like, apples, where are you? So the diced apples go in there next, and then I put in some applesauce. Now this is the homemade stuff. but you can use store-bought. Oh, there we go. And it calls for 1.5 cups, so I'll use the liquid measuring cup. Or not. Might actually take the whole jar. That's pretty close. I'm going to use the whole jar. We usually have one jar partially open, so I start with that, so I didn't know if it would take the whole jar or not. So I'm going to make it take the whole jar because I don't feel like putting 2 tablespoons in the fridge to have them rot in the back of the fridge because they get forgotten, because that happens. Not often, but it happens. So that's the applesauce. And then put that in there. Yeah, it's not quite, that's a little over 1.5 cups. And then next I put in the almond milk. I've got oat milk here as well. I opened it for, I think, to make this actually originally. Oh, I have to use oat milk. But you can use almond milk. My daughter can't do almond. I just remembered. I might have to run downstairs and get another one. It's not quite empty. Oh no, they're actually up here, I think. Cupboards. I am flustered, sorry. It's been a long week. No more. Yeah, that's about right. So I did have enough. But you use dairy-free milk. You can use, like if you're not gluten-free or dairy-free, you probably could use regular milk. I usually use this for a lot of my baking, but my daughter can eat this, so I'm glad I remembered. She'll just get a tummy ache, and that's not good, so. That's in there, and now I'm gonna add maple syrup. And that's 3/4 cup. I know that. I can remember that part. And I have a lot of mommy brain these days. Just a lot going on with the farm, even though it's like winter and there shouldn't be that much going on, but we had some chicks hatch the other day, and we got some more chicks. I might be buying some more chicks. Dreaming about coops, bigger coops, and all the things, possibly other animals that we might be getting, and we might be getting turkey poults as well. It's not the season really, but my husband built me a brooder, and it's set up in the basement. We have the room for it, so I'm gonna raise a bunch of animals and do all those things. Next thing I'm gonna add is the eggs. Now some of these are from the farm next door, and some of these, like the blue and the green one, I don't know if you can see them. I think they're just amazing. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that's the color of shell from some of the chickens we have. That's the shell color. Some of them are brown. Some of them are, the smaller ones are from our bantam layers. So the recipe calls for 6 eggs. I might do 7 if I use some little ones here. It's 3, 4, 5. I actually dream of having a rainbow of eggs. Take a couple little ones. Thinking of actually seeing if any of ours are fertile. I haven't checked yet. See if Roy, the rooster, is doing his job out there. And so then he just mix this all up here. Yeah, and we're hoping to grow the flock and start, we make a lot of our food from scratch. I have a canning video where we canned quite a bit of stuff, and I plan on canning a lot more. And I've joined a challenge on Instagram, and grow and make a lot of your own food. So we're trying to do that. I'm going to swap over to my German wooden spoon. I've had it for ages. My husband bought it one year at the Christmas market in Bonn. It's heavy duty. It wasn't even expensive. It's just stood the test of time. I've broken a few wooden spoons. Not the bamboo ones, they're good too. I like the bamboo ones because they don't snap as easily as some of the wooden ones. It's just we have a lot, stir a lot. I don't know if you know Jameril Stewart here on YouTube. She does mega on lots. She's got 8 kids, and just like us. So, yes. So she inspired me to actually get some bigger bowls because I was using smaller bowls and it just seemed to make a big mess. So then we're gonna add 3/4 cup if I have it, and hopefully it's enough, of the avocado oil, and then I'm gonna add the vanilla, and then get this in the pan and get it in the oven. So if you're looking for something to, like, this would last a couple days, so you just have to put some wrap on it, and it tastes really good reheated. It tastes really good cold. I like it just chilled. It doesn't have to be. I just leave it out on the counter overnight. Just throw a tea towel over top, and we'll have it for breakfast tomorrow morning. So I don't have to be totally with it in the morning. So I'm going to use the 1/2 teaspoon one twice because the other spoon's dirty. And that's it. I wish you could smell this. This smells so good. Homemade with, it's the homemade one with the rum in it. It smells so good. And of course you could add different spices if you like. I was thinking of maybe trying, I think it's pumpkin pie spice. I think that would taste nice. And I think I might try sometime with pumpkin instead of the applesauce. See if that tastes good. If I do try that, I'll share it on here and let you know. If you have any great big breakfast recipes that you know of that would feed our whole family, leave a comment down below. I'm always looking for new recipes and things that I can do for my whole family that are gluten-free, and just, why did I get the almond flour? I think it's because it's habit, right? Put it in like a lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna put this in here. This out here a little bit. Now if you didn't have apples, I'm sure you could put peaches in here, or I think that would taste really good. Peaches or apricots. And some of my kids hate raisins, some of them love them, but I've been dying to try some raisins in here. I think that would go really, really well. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to just pop this in the oven. That's it. That's how simple it is. It's a quick, easy recipe. Just cut up all the apples and peel the apples. You don't even have to peel them if you don't want to. Throw it all together, throw it in the oven, and you've got a breakfast ready in ½ an hour. It's super simple. I've got the recipe on the blog, so there's a link down below if you're interested. And again, let me know if you've got any great recipes for large families, or ones that are easy, like we'd have to supersize them. That's the word I'm looking for, supersize them. Other than that, this is a great recipe for large families, or for making ahead, especially, you know, babies coming, whatever. I like to have, you know, some meals in the freezer as well, and it works great for us. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Try it out, let me know what you think, and don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when we put out a new video. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.